Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Paige. If you've never seen my face before, then please consider subscribing before you leave. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. So today, we are in a very special guest's little baking area. And I think because it's that magical time of year, I'm going to magically bring in our special guest. Mama Sharon's here! So today we're in Mama's kitchen and we're gonna do a festive little magical holiday moment with you guys. We're gonna make 3 different things, and you guys have been asking for a bake with Mama Sharon for a long time now. So I'm very excited to bring this to you today. We've already got started and we're making some Christmas cracks. So that's gonna be the first thing. I know it's kind of a random name and we kind of don't like the name, but I really don't know what else you'd call it.
It's just that yummy.
Yeah, it's really good. So I guess it's addictive.
Yes.
So that's the first thing that we started. We're also going to be making a white hot chocolate, and I'm going to be sharing how to make homemade whipped topping in a mason jar. Very simple. You guys fell in love with the idea over on Instagram, so I know you're going to love it today because it's very simple for the holidays. What's better than hot chocolate than homemade whipped topping on top? And then the third recipe is, what is the third recipe?
It's fudge cookies, like melted marshmallows and snowman.
Like a snowman.
Yes.
So we're going to put a little marshmallow on a cookie, store-bought cookies that we're baking to make it super simple for us because it's holiday season.
And you're always busy.
We're busy. So what's one less thing you're going to have to do? So we're trying to make your life easier, but also very yummy at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the Christmas crack. So something that's really simple that we enjoy doing each year is making Christmas crack. I've made this a few times before. It's very simple. You just line a cookie sheet with parchment paper and saltine crackers, and we did equal parts of butter and brown sugar, and we're just going to pour that across the top. And it was very simple to do. We did, I want to say, a cup of each of them, and you put them to saute for maybe about 3 minutes, and it made this nice toffee-like caramel. And you're just going to spread that over all of the saltine crackers. Make sure it gets in all of the nooks and crannies. You want to make sure that your parchment paper goes over the sides a little bit so that you don't lose any of that toffee underneath the parchment paper, because it will sort of ooey gooey go everywhere. Now while that's still hot, you are also going to go ahead and start drizzling on your dark chocolate pieces. And we're going to use 2 cups of the dark chocolate pieces. So we're just going to sprinkle those on, and you want to do it while that caramel toffee sauce is still hot, because it's going to help melt those chocolate pieces down. Normally you bake the caramel into the crackers, but we kind of got a few steps ahead. So we're going to make our own Christmas crack, and we're going to be the guinea pigs. We're going to see how it turns out. So we're going to bake it all together. So we're going to also include some pecans just to give it a bit of crunch. You can do pretty much any topping that you want. If you want sprinkles, if you want like toffee pieces, that's what we wanted to find was some brecel, but we couldn't find any, so we're going to go with the pecans. And we're just going to bake it all together.
You turn your oven to 400 degrees and you let it cook until the top has melted, about 3 minutes.
So now that we took them out of the oven, I'm just going to go ahead and spread the chocolate across. Normally you would just bake it with just the caramel on it, but we decided to skip a few steps and just do it all together. And it's still going to be good. I mean, why would it not be good? You got pecans, butter, chocolate,
Brown sugar.
oh, brown sugar. This is going to turn out really good, but you want it to cool all the way down because you're going to break it into pieces, kind of like a brittle or some kind of bark or something like that. So we're just going to let it cool all the way down. Once it does that, we'll break it into individual pieces. This will make a really good Christmas gift because you can break it, put it in a very nice little Christmas tin, and you can take it to your neighbors, your children's teachers. That's pretty much all that requires. You just let it cool off and you're done with the Christmas crack.
Now we're going to make our white hot chocolate. We have 4 cups of half and half because we need to heat it up just a little bit before we drop our white chocolate. You really don't want it to boil though. You just want it to come to a nice warm consistency before you drop your white chocolate in. We don't ever leave any in the bowl, so we're gonna make sure we get it all out. You're gonna stir until the chocolate has melted. It's gonna have a nice smooth consistency. And the chocolate's almost melted. I'm excited about this because I haven't ever had any white hot chocolate before. So this is gonna be a first for me, but I know it's gonna be yummy in my tummy.
I sure hope so, because you talked me into making this instead of the regular.
Have I ever led you wrong? I've never led her wrong, audience, so don't even let her fool you. She knows if I'm gonna make it, it's gonna be good.
I don't know, you know.
It's gonna be a new tradition, making white hot chocolate.
If it's good.
Oh, ye of little faith.
So we tasted the hot chocolate and we think that it needs a little more chocolate. White hot chocolate is not as strong as just regular old milk chocolate or even dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's very strong. So we just added a little bit more, and this is the kind that we use. This is the Ghirardelli Premium Baking Chips Classic White. So we just eyeballed. So pretty much at this point what we're doing is just throwing some in, letting it melt back down, and tasting it to see if it needs anything else. Don't be afraid to do this at home, because if it gets a little too chocolatey, just add more milk into it. At the end, you're just going to have a lot of hot chocolate, but it's fine. You can always put this maybe in a mason jar, close it up, put it in the fridge, and pour it back into your cups and heat it up whenever you want it.
This would really be good frozen.
Oh yeah, like
frozen white hot chocolate.
Yeah, that would be very good. I mean, that's giving me Starbucks vibes when I'm thinking about it, like a frappuccino. But yeah, just sort of play around with it. Sometimes you need to add a little bit more than the recipe calls for. Everybody's tasting is different, so you might like it the way that we first started off, but just add some more if you need some more. So once that's all combined and it's sweetened, chocolatey to your liking, you're just going to take and pour it into your mug of choice. So then it's going to bring in the homemade whipped topping, which I'm going to do that. So follow me on over here. So now it's time to make the homemade whipped topping. I cannot remember exactly where I seen this at. Either it was a YouTube video, a Pinterest post, something. But it's a lot simpler than you think to make your own whipped topping. If you don't have a fancy mixer, no fear. All you need is a mason jar with a lid. Anything with a lid that you can tightly close is all you need, because you're going to put your ingredients, which are only 2 ingredients, inside, shake it up. That is a little time consuming. Sometimes I pass it off to my husband, my mama, whoever's around, and we all take turns, because it is a little time consuming, but it's definitely a lot easier if you don't have a mixer at home and you can't just throw it all in there and let the mixer do the work for you. So you're going to need heavy whipping cream and some sugar. This is just whipping cream, but it's all the same. Half and half will not do this. You're definitely going to need whipping cream. I'm going to be honest with you though, I don't really measure out stuff. That's just how I roll, and you kind of just taste it as you go. But I want to say that it's about, so 2 parts to 1 part sugar. 2 parts cream to 1 part sugar. I think that's how it goes. I'm going to definitely make sure that I leave a recipe down below to help you out, because we all know your girl is a little scatterbrained, to be honest. So we're just going to go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to be putting in maybe, however much that is. This is 1/4 cup of sugar. So this is a cup. And this is 1/4 cup of sugar. Just gonna close the lid really tight. It's gonna take a little while to get it into that whipped consistency. But like I said, if you have kids at home, a husband, whoever, just pass it off. Let everybody get their shake in. If they're gonna get this amazing hot chocolate, they're gonna put in the work as well. It's definitely worth it. Once you get to taste it, you will thank me later. All right, so let's check it. If I can get it open. It's the perfect consistency right now. I decided to pour half of that consistency that I put in here. So the mixture of the heavy whipping cream and the sugar, I poured half into another glass just to give me a little more room to shake inside so it wouldn't take so long. So I did a cup of whipping cream and 1/8 of a cup of just regular old white sugar. And you just shake that up until it looks like this. And we're gonna top off that white hot chocolate with this and some really cute blue marshmallows. We have our white hot chocolate, still nice and warm. We're going to take a couple dollops of this, because why the heck not? And because our hot chocolate and our whipped topping are both white, I wanted to change it up a little bit and put in some colored marshmallows. These marshmallows just came from our local grocery store. They actually had Olaf, the Frozen characters, on the front. So just going to throw in, we'll throw in 4 of those. You gotta make this year. Super easy, just 2 ingredients for the hot chocolate and only 2 ingredients for the whipped topping. And then just top some marshmallows off on top. If you like sprinkles instead, you can definitely do that. Or if you want some chocolate syrup to go on top, you can be extra as much as you want. Now we've moved on to the third and final recipe. These are store-bought cookies. They're like the Nestle Toll House, whichever one you want to get, the little chocolate chip. You can do this with any cookie, but these are more of that brownie kind of cookie consistency. So we took them out about 2 minutes before they were done cooking, and we're going to add marshmallows on top. These are also that same little frozen marshmallow set, but these are the white ones. So the pack come with white and the blue. But because we used the blue in the hot chocolate, I wanted to use the white in these. Now when you put it back into the oven for that last 2 minutes, that is going to melt the marshmallows down and it's going to become one. So it's going to kind of look like a melted snowman across the top of the cookie. Now we're just going to plate all of our cookies. I just threw some marshmallows onto the plate because I'm extra like that. You definitely don't have to do that. This is something else that would make a nice little gift. If you wanted to go really extra with this, you could put some drizzled melted chocolate across the top. You could do sprinkles. You could dip them in chocolate if you wanted. This is something that you could get really creative with, but it's super simple because you didn't have to make anything from scratch. All of these cookies are really good. I do like to make sure that I don't follow the timing on the package for these cookies. Any of these cookies, I normally like to do 2 minutes shorter in the time that they're in the oven, and I just leave them on the baking sheet and let them finish cooking out on the counter, because if you let them bake for as long as the package says, they're a little bit too crispy for my liking. If you like a hard crispy cookie, then definitely follow it, but if you like to have that crispy outside but the soft center, then I would definitely shorten it by 2 minutes and you'll get the perfect cookie every time. Okay guys, we really hope that you enjoyed seeing all of these recipes. We've been drinking and nibbling and all of these, and everything is fantastic. The only thing we haven't tried yet are the cookies. So
I'm excited about trying them all too.
Let's go and try one of these.
Cheers! I did good with my recipes.
So we hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of these. If you do create anything that we made here today, please tag me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @PaigeDanielle. I would love to see your renditions of these, any of them. No matter what you make, please tag me in your holiday recipes and your photos on Instagram. But we hope you guys have a beautiful and blessed day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye! Add some more if you need some more. Cody, I'm gonna knock your block off. Can you see him? It ain't warm yet. I thought you just told us it needed to be warm. You just tell us it needed to come to a warm consistency. 5.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Take 3.
Trial and error. Trial and error.
She looks so peaceful sitting there. OMG. That's so good. Is it real?
Yes. What do you tell me now? Because I told you that it would be the bomb diggity. Told you so.